Good morning. Back at it one more time. How is everybody? Wonderful Sunday morning. Here we go. Not sure what we're going to do. They'll love this armor. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Go back. That's weird, actually. So if you just... Wait, what happened? How did I... Huh. So if I click on my character, it opens up... Oh, that's different. Not sure that's intended. Anyways. Let's go. I don't remember where we logged out. I think we logged out near some crafting stations, and I took on a couple of quests for that. Maybe we will... Oh, hello. See about finishing these. Craft a granite mold, weapon mold, any stoneworking station. So I need to go out. Let's see what all they have here. Slot.chest. So that might need to be... Hey, Son of a Perry, what's up? How you doing? The dot stuff is interesting. All right. Metal gauges chest. So you have access to just some basic crafting stuff. It's copper, zinc, tendonite. Where do I get the word tendonite from? Why is there so much sand? You can get sand out of all these? That's all interesting. All right. Well, possible results. I'm confused by that. That's the type of sand, I guess? Or is it just sand? Oy, I don't know. Weaponsmithing? Okay, gathering tools. All right. So there's a little bit to play with here. Hideworks. So we got crap. I do like how everything here is next to each other. When started Riverlands and you had all of your stations that were fairly well spread apart, that was kind of annoying a little bit. All right, and health salve. Actually, I have ruby unless I might have stored it all somewhere else. I did. All right. So we have some of this stuff, but it is not here with us. It is over here, the bonfire. Joe. That's a little bit of a run. Tiny bit. You know, I saw there was a question about why we have NPC items to sink money into when you also have A cost already, a copper cost to craft, which I thought was an interesting question. $30 cop. And how, what was it? Binding resin? Salt, oak timber. All right, I don't know. We go looking for some, actually, let's run north. I've not been up through here. Go looking for some stuff to mine. How you been, Sediment Period? Is everything just standing still? Back this way. I do appreciate the skins. I still wonder why they're in at this point, but I like having something to look at. Was there any storage over there? Was not paying attention. Probably not. All right. Granite, salt. Didn't this used to be red? The UI, if you were unable to harvest something, I thought. Going, I don't know. Be careful with fall damage. Hey, there's a mailbox, so there's something under us, I guess. Underground. All right, let's go back down. This ain't getting us anywhere. You. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? As far as views go. All right, let's. Oh, hello. Damn, how we get up this high? We got to go back down and not fall, or we will die. I guess we could test fall damage. All right. Got wolves. Trees. So we'll go into Hammer Rest, see what's in there. Sure would be nice to harvest some stone somewhere when I get those quests at. I wonder who the Raven and the Bear and Bat are after. You know, I might. Oh, hello. I might just re-roll a new character. Go see what it's like sitting over on the NA server. See if it's actually any different. Yeah, they're commission boards. What is back here? We did not come out this way. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. So we actually went out that way. So let's explore. What's going on here? Everybody's horses. Oh, yeah, our storage clerk. Yeah, so we do have some granite. I can run over there, I guess, and get it. Come back. Cargo crate. Oh, it makes you move so slow. Does it change the speed of your mount at all? It does. All right. How do you get rid of the crate? Anybody know? Oh, there we go. Okay. Already got all of our entitlements. Yeah, I got it. The 0. The inside, I will say the inside of this place is designed very well. I like the way it all looks, the way it feels. There's just nothing, there's not a lot in it right now, unfortunately. All right, so that's where we walked in. So I don't know. Gotta say, I'm trying to decide what I want to even do. You know? I guess just go grind. Here's a quest. What we got over here? What do you want?
More hands mean lighter work. If those hands are willing, take those basic gathering tools I gave you and get yourself out into the wilderness. I'll give you a list if you're interested.
Oh, that drives me nuts. Oh, this is the same quest that we did.
Have you the if you're interested.
Objective complete. We just got. What's happening here? Did we get... We had already done this on the other side, so probably nothing of value for us there. I'm kind of lost. How do I get into the cave from here? Yeah. Oh, you can get a second mount? That's good. I guess that makes sense if you're first one dies. How do I get back to the cave, actual cave part? Yeah, they did. Some of the skins are here. Yeah. Here, let me get off my mount. This is my favorite by far. Love the way that looks. I'm not sure about my actual body disappearing in the middle there, but that helm is, the helm and shoulders make that all amazing. And my favorite mount too. So I only have 2 other so far. Majesty. I'm not sure that actually looks like anything I'm super interested in. And then we have royalty, which is better. I mean, that's okay. But out of all of it, yeah, that's my favorite right there. So. It goes to your mailbox and then to your inventory. Yeah. How do I get through? I mean, there's a way to get under the mountain, right? There's a different spot. I didn't come out this way, so, and I've not done this on PTR at all. So I do not know my way around here. Yeah, I mean the shoulders are okay, I guess, but this is my favorite. Oh, here we go. All right, I see now. Oh shit! I almost shit my pants. Thought I was gonna fall. What's up, Aberrat? Yeah, I did, actually. EU has been overall a better experience. Server-wise, when you talk about costs and cheating and all of that stuff, I hope it remains that way, but EU has definitely been a better experience. What's going on with this map? All right, so we have stuff we can do over on the other side. Oh, there's laws. Testing this game is not as easy as I initially think making content, but oh yeah, Burns, his interview, yeah. We can do whatever, Lost. I'm just exploring right now. I gotta say though, I was annoyed that they did not announce anything beforehand. Oh, what's this quest? Do I gotta heal people? Is this for everyone or is this for?
Greetings, traveler. These halls are not yet safe.
Hate the
They're
AI.
filled with cursed type. I'll
Hate
give you some of
the
my
AI.
healing salve, which you can use on travelers here in the caves. There should be some up ahead that you can help. It's not as good as a cleric, but it will eventually once you have finished.
I am a cleric.
My assistant, Edeldorn.
Use healing salve on these folks here. All right, is that it? But yeah, so I was a little annoyed that they'd made no effort to announce his interview with Steven. Like, I guess the plan was to announce it like Wednesday or something, which would be what, 3 or 4 days after it was done and posted. Where am I supposed to go with this now? I'm going backwards, right? Oh, there's more lifts. So yeah, that was, you know, as people have interviewed Steven and done stuff, that's usually not how they work. Like, they put a lot of effort into announcing it and to talking about it on stream, and they had just had their stream on Friday and didn't mention it one bit, even knowing that it was getting posted on Saturday. So I don't know, I was kind of annoyed. I felt for Burns there. I mean, not that he needs a lot, he's got great content, so he gets a lot of views anyways, but you know, you still, oh, I see, we're gonna be running through. You know what, Laws, we can go back the other way. I don't care. I'm just sort of, I hadn't come through here, so I'm not seeing this area. That's just not how they typically operate. So felt bad for him. But after we sort of are like making a coordinated effort to, I go on the right way. Laws, I'm gonna follow you. Steven did come out and mention it first on his Twitter, and then obviously they moved it over to the main account as well. Actually, let's just go outside. Let's go run around outside. Let's go back the way we came, and let's just go hang outside the mountain. I think we're too high level, right, for in here. So at least they did get an announcement to the main Twitter account yesterday. But again, I wish they had done that live stream. Like, hey, we're going to be posting an interview with Burns. Come watch, and they didn't do that. Did a purple treasure map. Got 1.2 gold. Holy crap. Our treasure map's still a pain in the ass. Like, I feel like they made them worse. You know, treasure maps were one of my favorite things to do here while we were streaming, but it got so much more complicated that... Wait, do I turn this in here?
If you need supplies, oh, my apologies.
Okay. What's up, Sadie? How you doing? What's this one do? Anything? You clean all these for no real good reason? Jordan, that's a good question. Where do you make the tools? Like, that's such a complicated thing. With how they're trying to do their settlements, former nodes, and new server starts and things are not online yet. Like, how do you get tools and stuff made to actually progress? I would not want to be trying to be the person that balances any of this stuff for them. So or can you even balance it? I don't know. You don't want your settlements to come up too fast, but then you don't want people not having anything to do. Drop the ball by not putting all the crafting stations inside the mountain. Yeah, well, I mean, that's shades of Riverlands, right? Where you had to run everywhere. Following game for several years now. Prediction prior to A2 was that the game would release in 2027. What do you think how things are developing at the moment? I mean, I think 2027 is still possible. Whoa, we got some server issues there. And we're back to the visual of the trees looking all funky, man. Like I'm in a Bob Ross painting. No, I mean, look at it. It's like Bob Ross painted these trees. I actually think that 2026, people laugh at me when I say this, but I'm not putting out the idea of the end of 2026. That'll be 2 years since they started alpha, actually a little over, or alpha 2. That would be what? Yep, I got you now. Does it work? I think I followed you, right? Well, I clicked follow. What's going on? Do I get a, why is it not working? That's so weird. Do I have to follow your RAM? Can I follow your RAM? No. I don't know why it's not working. It worked yesterday. All right, there it goes. I actually think 2026 is not an out of the park. Now, granted, with that, a lot of the scope of things will be shrunk, right? So you won't, with that, it would just be the one continent, maybe an island, maybe a couple of, dungeons per node. I'm also curious about the name change to settlements. To me, settlements indicates just the actual area of the space that the characters live in, versus when I thought of node, I thought of the entire land space. Did that just pop out of nowhere? I got a lot. I had some conversations yesterday too about well, before I get to that, yeah. So having just one continent, I don't. That's unreasonable. Like I think that actually then also that allows you to focus on making one, and one continent is still huge. It's not like you don't have space for people, and you get to focus more on detailing it out, and then you have a release schedule for your next set of expansions or whatever you want to call them. So I don't know. I don't think it's an unreasonable thing, but some people get very upset when I talk about the idea of not having the full map. Oh well. Hawk put you on follow too. Node sounds more technical. Settlement sounds, it does, and I might be reading too much into that, and that's the reasoning they gave, that node was sort of the developer internal statement or name of the system versus the publicly facing name. So whatever. I'm working on getting ready for my apprentice tools. Need 3 different ones. Oh, we just crossed server worker. Copper is still the hardest to find. Man, we got to get those pylons working. Pylons need to start being something so that we can, because they're if the pylons work, then we can get a little bit better at finding those things, right? The idea. But I haven't watched all of Burns' video yet, the interview. Got a lot of raiders on us. I'm on, well, there are a couple of things that I got into some threads about that I haven't watched. So I don't know that it's actually true, but it sounds like we're no longer having each node. It sounds like we're going to start having a couple of settlements that are level specific is one thing, so that there was not necessarily going to be all nodes can house, little bits of all content. I've not watched this. Oh, just knocked me over. Took me off auto follow. The other is it sounds from what I was told that a lot of the dynamic side of things is maybe changing. You know, not all POIs have. Oh, I probably want to heal. Can you go into combat, please? Why am I not? Oh, this is so weird. I have auto attack on. Why is it not working? Why was it not? It was taking one swing and then it was stopping. It's so weird. Alright, I need to get my big heal. At some point. Check if auto attack reset and log out. Okay. Now it's on. Let me just attack enabled. Ah, well. But it sounded like some of the dynamic nature of nodes might be changing. Not a, you know, certain zones will, settlements will have access to elements and POIs that others can't. I saw somebody was mentioning death magic might not be a thing anymore. Based off of the 4 augment schools that Steven mentioned for the cleric. I think like the damage type was radiant or something. And so it raised the question of whether we would ever actually be able to put in any kind of death magic type thing. Oh, I am streaming horizontally. PD, yeah. I don't know how it is that YouTube gets you to me, but I actually stream both. So there is vertical and then there is also horizontal going on at the same time right now. I think if you go to the actual channel, you can see the 2 different versions, but both should be active. I put the vertical up because of, well, largely because of TikTok. So I also stream to TikTok, and so I have to set up a vertical screen, and it's just easier to, I can push it to both at the same time. So if the AI knew you were on auto follow and hit you specifically, I mean, I hope that wasn't the case. Yeah, I think my next spell, I'm gonna get the big heal. Oh wait, I actually also don't have. Less weapon on, I don't think. Still don't use judgment. Yeah, I don't know. I have it there. You think I should just sub for that right now? Actually, I'm level. When did I hit level 7? Do I have? No. Or level 6. Not even using Divine Flare. Well, that's sad. That's my favorite spell. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I pissed him off. All right, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll reset. We can get rid of Judgment and use Deliverance instead. Still don't like how they all right, Mr. Archer, what are you doing? Whoa, what just happened? Did you actually run past him, or was that lag? Anybody else see that? Oh, that's not that big of a heal, man. Yeah, that felt really bad. 96? I used tank rush. I just saw you go flying across the screen. I wasn't sure. Yeah, it doesn't feel that great right now. Oh well. What are some of the things you look most forward to? Oh, the answer to that is simple. It is the summoner. Give me summoner. Give me secondaries. Give me those two things and we're good. Is he coming? What's he doing? Am I getting into combat too soon? Main summoner? No, I'll probably always main a cleric. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, a summoner could take me away for sure. If one would, it would be the summoner. I'm more interested in what I can do as a secondary summoner. But again, now that it appears there might not be any death magic. Because what isn't that the necro? Which is the necro? Isn't the necro the cleric summoner? Our summoner for the healing pet. Yeah, I hope the pets get done right. Oh, there we go. Where do we spend our points? I guess the second point, redemptive deliverance. That sounds, yes, decent. And then we can move into blessed weapon, maybe. All right, 110. That's better. Shaman. Oh, what is the necro? Oh, it's the opposite. Yeah, summoner, cleric. I was just saying that. I'm an idiot. Yeah, because the cleric secondaries, we were talking about whether there's death magic. Oh, what is it? What's that? What is that even for? I don't know what that's. What is this? Fire room. I mean, I am curious how they'll do a necro if your secondary is only going to be radiant damage. You surely can't have a necro that's doing radiant damage, right? That summon's probably going to AoE down so fast. That's a good point. Uh-oh. Hey, look, the one time the leash worked. That was a small leash, too. Yeah, and I don't know how they're going to do unholy damage. If it's radiant, you know? I don't know. That's weird. Unless they just like... I mean, I guess I could just make it whatever, but... But I do need to get through that whole interview, because... the way people were talking, the dynamic nature of everything just seems to be getting shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. Uh-oh. Got a couple here. I will try to heal you. With my puny heals. Oh shit. I'm keeping you up. I'm trying. Nice. You got too much health for my heals, man. I know that sounds dumb, but I'm kind of serious. Oh, I should have picked up more rations. I forgot to. Looking forward to deep sea fishing and PvP. Yeah, the open seas, I think it's going to be interesting to see how they get that all to work. The fishing part, yeah, I hope they do it well. You know, currently the fishing game is, I don't know, it's okay. I would hope for and expect more, but what is a butcher bear? What is that? Is that food? What is that? Cooking recipe for bear meat. Oh, so that, okay. Yeah, the fishing part though, you know, I hope they blend. I still think New World's fishing is amazing. That's typically should have reduced AoE damage for exactly that. I want to get into a group, see how far you can push. How far you can push groups of just pets. I want to see how that works. So like if I can get a party together and we're just summoners, that would be, I think that'll be fun to mess around with. How often do you stream? Not enough. Typically Saturday, Sunday mornings. But I haven't for several weeks, like several weeks. I think like 2 months, maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I'm not sure. You know, we did 2.5 and 2.5 was just kind of painful to be a part of. So kind of stopped, took a break. And of course you can't stream PTR. So I actually decided not to do PTR just to see what this is like myself. I mean, are we gonna die if we jump in there? I'm down for whatever, but don't believe in my heals, lols. But now that phase 3 is back, and we might even start back with doing like a giveaway a week or something. That's something we have done as well. We've actually given away, I'm not even sure, $1,500 worth of keys, something like that. So we've given away a lot of keys as well. So Hopefully I'll get back on the streaming train. It sort of depends on how everything feels, I think. I think I had an expectation of phase 3 being more than it is. But we'll see. But Saturday, Sunday mornings typically. I'm actually NA. I just get up super early to stream. I might buy the playtest if summer's done right. Uh-oh. Yeah, we just spawned. Oh shit, dude. I don't know that that's gonna end up well because I got something on me too. Yeah, we might. How many we got on us here? I'm about to die. Let's run. Dude is gonna kill me. Brent, you son of a bitch. Run. Oh, now the leash wants to stay on forever. When you don't want it to do it, it does it. And when you're just trying to pull them out of their little camp, yeah, we had back spawns there. They spawned pretty fast. Oh shit, and then of course I just ran into some more. Ah! Head for the mountain. Oh, you son of an asshole. Damn raiders. How far is this leash, man? What is happening here? They're still on your ass. I'm out of mana. I wouldn't stop. I've been having to heal myself the whole way. Yeah, I wouldn't stop. What is this leash, man? Dude. What is happening? Why are they running off to the side too? Holy shit. What is going on here? This is like, oh my god, dude. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know where we're headed. Insufficient mana. Just FYI. Why is it healing me? Oh, are you too far out of my... I think you're out of reach. Yeah, you got to where I couldn't... It was healing me instead of you? I don't even know where the fuck we are. There is still a raider on us. What in the hell? Why is this person still on us? And why are you not? Oh my god, this is just... Yeah, this is where after a year of this, I don't think it's unreasonable to say expectations should demand a little bit more. All right. What the hell? I don't know that I can res you. Do I have... should, right? There's... Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to come back to you. All right, that was that was not the coolest. Oh, there's a raider sitting at your corpse. What is this leash? Oh my god. Yeah, there's one camping your body. What is this about? The original key giveaway came for the giveaway, stayed for the Phantom X. I appreciate that. You're one of the OGs, Susie. Is there only what's up crafting? No, there's some crafting. It's right here. There are a bunch of crafting stations right there. And the anvils. You know, it's funny because we kept saying, all right, I don't know at level 9. Can I take this guy? If I res you, will you res at me? I don't remember this. Do you res at me or do you res where you are? Do you know? Do you, well, you'll get 25. Let's do this. Let me res you. And then I can just try to heal you up super, super fast. There's only one of them. I mean, I don't think it will be. Why is he broken? It might just be broken, actually. Phase 3 seems more polished build than phase 2. Well, moving to 5.6 I think has helped. But these are small changes. I mean, I think if you pull up the original, actually, let me do that while we're kind of chilling here for a second. Ashes of Creation. Oh, wrong weapon. If you pull up the original, what the hell's going on with the website? Hold on. Here, let me set you on follow while I'm doing something. We're gonna get on our mounts, or our mount's dead probably. I know they said about the revamp. No, the anvils feel 100%. Yeah, they don't feel. This is one of my beefs, is that it doesn't feel. It feels like the Riverlands when the Riverlands first started. But what we've been always told was as they bring things on, you know, as they develop Riverlands and develop, you know, that each subsequent zone that they make, node, or settlement, whatever, that they make becomes easier to make. And it doesn't feel that way. Why am I not able to follow you? Can I not follow you while we're... Oh, there. There we go. Like, I just don't see that happening. Like, every zone seems to just still take forever. Let's see, where was... Here, let me set you on follow again. I'm looking at something. Oh, come on. Here we go. All right. The original phase 3. The hell's hitting me? Is he turning? I wasn't paying attention. Does he throw shit at me? Yep, he does. Not very nice. Let's see. Guild fully functional. Guild freeholds. Castle sieges. Naval. Okay, we got some naval. Aquatic mounts. Underwater combat. Instanced content. Transmog and dying gear system. Pets. Aerial combat. Titles. Religion. Auction house. Now, they did always say, you know, things listed would not be at the start. Phase 3. Castles, turquoise sea, dynamic world dungeons. Polnar, we still have not heard much about. Military, divine election types, atrophy event, node happiness, policies. So I know in my head, I keep extending the goalposts further and further. So like, I know I used to always say phase 3 is the actual start of Alpha 2. But now it sort of feels more like this November event thing that they're trying to, the Harbingers thing is at the actual start. I don't know. I guess that's just the creep of development. How's the new phase so far? It's okay. You know, it has earned the name from some people of phase 2.75. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it is what it is. So they were already talking about the beta in the latest live stream. And they have. Yeah, no, I actually, and I think there's a reason for that. And as I always say, I never give away anything as PI. This is just purely my own brain. This has nothing, I do not know anything that anybody else knows, or that nobody else knows. But I think the only reason you bring up beta, literally the same week that you start an alpha, that you have said will take at least a year. I mean, Steven has said phase 3 would take about a year, right? And you're in the same week of release and you start talking about beta? You know, I think there's a messaging component to that to get people to start thinking. Because I think their goal is to get, my opinion is to get to beta within the end of, by 2026. That's my opinion. And that's not to say that when they do get to beta, it's going to be crap, but I think that would mean that there's things reduced. Other than server stability, which is very good, they didn't do any big strides for the year of Alpha 2. Well, and they say that, well, dynamic gridding was not turned on to start with. I guess it is now, is what they're saying. You know, I can't tell the difference, but I've also not been in an area that has a lot of people, so. Well, I'm going to get some coffee here in a minute, so. My coffee has gone cold. 3 to 4 years. I think it all depends on what you want. We can try a third group. I'll follow you. All right, get this off my screen. Like if we are going to get literally everything that has been said that we're going to get, then it is 100% going to be 100% going to be another 3 years. But I think that we're going to see things, our scope has probably changed. New dwarves, yeah. Yeah, they do that. They do the goofy ass flip, yes. Here, I'll try to demonstrate if I can. There you go. There's our flip. All right, I'm gonna go grab some coffee super quick, guys. It'll take like, not even like 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, all right. Jamie Cass almost gave up after hearing the word beta. Yeah, I mean, how weird. Was I sitting in the rock? Bam. Find it interesting that it's become such a touchy point for everyone is the flip. I would agree with, can you letting people turn it off if they really don't want it? I don't know how easy that would be to do, but oh my god, keep going with the combat, please. So I was looking back through the phase 2 and what things were they successful at, what things were they not. So with Sand Squall Desert expanded, yes. Vandegar Tropics expanded, yes. Four levels where I guess, yes, we got that. Node Siege, no. Vassalship, no, yes. No Death, no. Relics, yes. Freeholds, yes, then no. Economic election type, no. What's up, Zyback? How are you? Rogue, yes. Valoon, Dunir, yes. Dual daggers, two-handed axe, two-handed spear, two-handed mace. Oh my god, is that lag? What's going on? Holy shit, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. Are you doing that, or is that just... I can't tell if you're intentionally moving that way or if it's lag. Are you getting knocked around? Oh, that's what it is. You're getting knocked around. All right. That's their ability on you. Yeah, I can see the scope changing. I had done a YouTube video to, last week, 2 weeks ago on just getting one continent at start. Actually, I think that's not a bad idea. One I would be in favor of. If it allowed them to work on other stuff. Polish things that need to be polished. All right, finishing out the phase 2 features and content. Siege vehicles, I don't believe so. Tempering. Gems and socket, yes. Gear ascension. Repair kits, yes. Artisanship skill trees. Animal husbandry, breeding. Party gathering. Player shops, leaderboards. Instance housing. So, a lot of things that were missed, but, direction changes. Actually, I got about halfway through. I did get about halfway through that Burns interview, and there was a part that Steven mentioned. I forget what they were even talking about. He had asked a question, and Steven started it off by talking about how 8 years ago there was an idealized Steven, and now he realizes that what can and can't be done. Which is probably very true, but then also goes back and makes me think like, all right, well then what's changed? Oh, got a defender too. Yeah, heals definitely feel noticeably oh shit. I just why did all right, I'm staring at this defender and he starts shooting that one over there to the left. I don't understand the targeting sometimes of this. We had that problem with that a lot in 2 and 2.5. Wonder if the core pillars have changed. I will say the pillars have stayed the same for the most part. Credit to them there. Defender was looking at me funny. That might be. See, look, I got it right in front of me, but it's selecting this archer. Do you want this recipe? I already got one of these butcher bear things. Why is the archer freaking out? It knew I had him targeted, didn't it? But no, I think the core pillars are largely still the same. Where'd you go? Actually, what were the, let me see. So, narrative, story. I mean, the idealized pillars are the same. We still have not seen their systems and stuff really for narrative. Meaningful change. You know, slowly over time, nodes have been kind of whittled away a little bit. But we'll say that pillar stayed the same. And meaningful change is through PvP. Of course. Is Dig still playing? Oh, hell no. I mean, he is not something he will play regularly, no. You know, would he get on and if we asked him to? Sure. He still watches the stream. I mean, he still like is actively in the community, but getting his hands dirty in the game, no, not really. Which isn't super surprising. I don't know that this was ever really going to be a game for him. Well, it was initially, I think. I'll say that. You know, he's a big explorer more than anything else. So for him, once PvP areas started expanding out, that started becoming sort of an end for him. We need an auto sort button. I need to buy some bags. Did you see this raider? I still don't know how much is like server issues. Neuro is also getting a little bit not super excited by some of the changes as well. So, I don't know, man. Neuro is someone that I thought would always be interested in this game, but he's also getting a little, I think a lot of his is in crafting, you know, concerns, stuff like that. But until it's not just a solid grind, it's so hard to tell longevity. Or no, maybe it'll always be a grind. Oh, we got an arsonist too. For me, you know, long term, I had always wanted to be more in the crafting side of Ashes. I guess we're testing to see whether, I guess we are getting a good idea of whether they actually have increased gear drop here. And I have to say the crafting component just, you know, I know everyone I know the people that like to combat complain about the grind. I really feel like the crafting grind is just as bad as the combat grind. But yeah, no. The hope is obviously that there's a. Why are you not? Oh, look, a crushed monocle. The hope is obviously that you you just never roll on stuff, and I appreciate you for that. But I want you to feel like you can get stuff. Uh-oh. You know, the hope is that, you know, crafting is where it is simply because all the systems aren't in yet. But, you know, if things were to stay like they are today, like, I had always wanted Ashes to be in my always home, like forever home kind of game. The game that you kind of retire out of, if that makes sense. I don't know that it is, if it doesn't change for me. Steven no longer feels so enthusiastic. Yeah, I think he's just tired. I think he's got a combination of, it's been long, 9 years almost. And then there's the money side too. Why are you not targeting the people right in front of you? See, why did auto attack kick off? I don't under, there's just weird stuff like that. Oh, the sound stopped. That was weird. Feels like I level faster through professions than through combat. Oh, that might be. I've not really gone out yet and just tried harvesting stuff. I will say almost everything I see, though, that is available to me is just trees. Don't see rock, anything else. Let's say I'm amazed there's no one else around. It seemed like it was a much busier server yesterday. A lot of rocks in the anvils. How do you feel about things being hidden in the rocks now? Rather than just being able to see copper and zinc and stuff. Where are rocks? Oh, I thought that might be. I'm just messing around, Lost. You can keep. I'm looking for the fabled rocks. Ooh, a Trabador. Hello. Kind of like it. Feels better because everyone now has equal chances. Well, that was the debate that I saw. Is static rarity back? Like, I've heard talk about static rarity being back. Where the copper and the zinc, I think this is how I interpreted the people talking, that the copper and the zinc that are located in the rocks, you can't see it, but it is still static. So that rock in that area will still have the rarity attached to it. That's weird. I will say it seems like you definitely get more rare stuff. Oh, what was that recipe? Raider. What we just skip? Glow marked necklace. Let's see. I think I have some skill points. Weapons. Let's see. Short bow. Actually, come back out. What's this? I want more mana. Bank is full of precious metals. Yeah, I noticed that from the start because the majority of the things that I was actually like mining were uncommon and rare and not common. It was weird. I wonder how much of it being easier to spot is there's not as many people. Yeah, no. Isn't the inventory a problem if you don't know what you're remaining? You mean as far as what you like collect kind of stuff, like having inventory management? Is that what you mean? Inventory management is definitely a thing. I'm just messing around, Lost. You can pull. I'm just chopping some wood. I got a lot more high rarities up north, down south. We'll say getting plenty of glint. Got a healer. Thinking of heading to the anvils today, get better mining yields. What's up, Norse Legend? How you doing? One day this game will come out. Good things take time, though. Yeah, it'll come out. It drives me a little bit nuts when you get folks that are like, "Oh, this is a pure scam. Nothing's gonna come from it." Like it'll come out, right? Like, I don't worry about that. I think the thing that is unclear to most people, myself including, is what does it look like when it comes out? I think it's fair to say that most likely the original vision that we saw, 7, 8, 9 years ago has probably changed. And I don't think that's unreasonable. I think that's probably the same with every game over such a long development period that it's just that things will change. What I think could be a little bit better sometimes for that is the communication side. Hey, my chatbot that I made is working with the TikTok too. I'm glad to see that. Oh shit, I should probably heal you, Lost. Almost jumped in on it when it was Kickstarter, been waiting patiently. You are better than I. Yeah, I backed it from the start. Actually, I like to say I am Kickstarter backer number 3. I was ready to go. But I had been following Steven, I think the official Ashes Discord started in, I want to say, 2016, like October, November, somewhere in there. It was actually several months before the Kickstarter. So Oh shit. You went big with this. All right, what are we on first? Arsonist? All right, I just gotta go straight heals. Try to keep you up. We got this, right? Feel so little without actual gear. There's some people who would say I'm a little, you know, that we are the crazy people, the ones that have been religiously following this game for what? Nine years now almost? Yeah, it's been about 9 years. All right, I'm a little bit worried about backspawn, so. No release date yet? Nope, sure isn't. Do you just go, what is IX foot? Do you just get called foot? No, no release date. We were speculating about that earlier though. I actually still say that 2016 or 2016, holy shit. Not 2016. I got an archer that decided to pick on me a little bit here, just so you know. 2026, I think, is not an unreasonable. Damn, how far can he hit me from? Ah, I got your last name foot. Well, welcome in. Yeah, it's I think 2027 is probably the absolute latest though. I think they will definitely have something out by 2027. Game is already out. I mean, you know what? There may or may not be an argument for that. Because, you know, yes, you're right. Many MMOs come out underdeveloped. Have I seen Coping Clinic's interview with Steven? I've seen part of it. I watched about half of it so far. Steven say he has now made decisions that stray away from what originally had in mind, because some things weren't feasible. Yeah, he there was a comment. He called it the idealized Steven. Oh shit! How did I not? Why am I targeting myself? Just go big, man. Do you use special keybinds to heal your friendly target? There is yes, I can show you. Give me a second. You got an arsonist and an archer that's popping up, so just FYI. Lols. Need to get my refreshing follow through. So I can get some more mana. It is looking better. I mean, that's moving to 5.6 has helped things quite a bit with how it looks. I'm gonna come over here and just sit for a second. Yeah, let me show you the keybind. If you go into options, which was it? Targeting. So you can do enable soft lock of tab targeting mode, so that will automatically put your. This does not work all the time, by the way, but this is my setup. So when I do that, so you can see that pops right into my view. I don't have to actually tab target or select it. It's almost as if I'm in action combat. Did we get a green? What is this? Did he go back and get his friend? What was that about? Oh, Laws, you're going big, man. Did that heal me or him? Wow, that's so weird. Here, and then I'll show you this offense. You can turn on offensive and defensive. Brother, where are you running? $2027, the earliest possible date. If you stick to the idea that they're going to have everything, all the continents and everything ready. If you cut that out a little bit, then the dates move up, obviously. How am I finding it? It's okay. I mean, it's a new area. Otherwise, it feels like it feels relatively similar, frankly, to 2.5. Let me show you this other real quick. Well, we can get out of the spawns, maybe. All right, I'm gonna run up here real quick. All right, so in your also here you can allow dual defensive offensive target lock. So when you set these on, you get the option of actually seeing your offensive lock as well. So like if I click on him, he's now my offensive target. So heals are going to automatically go. I don't know why it switched to me, but heals are going to automatically go do him. And then, you know, combat's going to go straight to whatever's defensively targeted. So I prefer this, actually. This setup is a lot easier to use. I wish the game would go ahead and come to Steam. I don't think they'll ever do that. You know, they had APOC on Steam, Apocalypse. Fist, welcome in, by the way, but I don't see that happening. It's interesting. I don't know why they don't want to. I guess there's probably a financial component. Maybe they don't want to give up some of the cost or some of the money side of things. I have to say though, I don't think they want to get. I don't want to word this. You know, one difficulty with having Steam, maybe not a difficulty, but something that maybe some studios don't want to be public, is you get to see how many people are playing the game. And to be blunt, the end stages of APOC, the reason we don't have APOC anymore is because people didn't play it. They just didn't play it. And you could see that because we had access to. Why'd he run for me? Because we had access to the player stats. So I also think there's a hesitancy to go to Steam simply because I don't know that they want everyone seeing how many people are actually in the game. I always preferred target if target is a healer. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how this feels set up like this. But having an offensive and defensive target, I mean, the nice thing is I don't really have to do a lot of clicking. Although, as you can see, for some reason, Highwayman Raider, so even though there's a defender right in front of me, this thing has selected a Raider, and I don't know where. Oh, way over there. So you can see where it's broken a little bit. I'm facing this tent. And for some reason, it's got this Raider way over here on my left targeted. It's always done that. So. Wait, what can you tell? Can you tell us what do you hate with the current game? Hate's a strong word, but I would say the grind is not fun for me. Absurd in general. I tolerate the grind because I recognize that at least the current plan is for new systems to come online to make the grind not so grindy. So I'm just, you know, there's the hope that this is just as it is currently, and that things will improve. But the grind is definitely not exciting. Comes down to the lack of dopamine. Yeah. I mean, how many drops have we got? We've got 3 recipe drops since we've been here. We've got some monocles. We've got some other crafting items. We've got some glint. But nothing else that's like, oh, cool. Like, hey, I got this really badass weapon. Or like, I know I have a chance at getting something. Which I think when you have a grind, like, oh, you have a Trabador that just like pops straight out of that rock. That was weird as shit. Now, they obviously want crafters to make everything, which is fine. But then you have to find another reason to grind. Some other way to make it feel good if you're going to keep the grind in and not include item drops in it. And part of what makes grinds tolerable is, okay, at the end of the day, like you go to the auction house or something, and you have a lot of stuff to put up for sale, and you get to look through, oh, look at all the cool stuff I had. That was a fun 4 hours grinding. Can't wait to do that again. And that just doesn't really happen here. Well, it's not that you get it every time. I think maybe I misspoke a little bit, or maybe it's what I'm saying is the chance. You know, one of the things that I liked early in like games like EverQuest was you also had even like a chance to spawn a name mob, a rare mob. And that just doesn't really happen here either. Because then you had a chance, if you spawned it, that you got something nice from it. So. Which is fine. They have chosen to have crafters make stuff, which is fine because I want to craft. You know, I would like to be a crafter, but crafting is a grind too. But anyways, at this stage, I'm just pointing out that then you need to give some other, as was mentioned in chat, some other dopamine hit, right? Something else that keeps people sort of excited and not minding sitting here for 4 hours just doing the same stuff over and over again. You can craft like a whole set of beginner gear with maybe 2 hours of gathering, but some drops would be nice. Yeah, and I'm just using that as an example. Like, I mean, it could be... There's other ways. I'm just using item drops because that's just generally what people... That's just what you get in grinds usually. But there's the incentive that you have a chance at getting something either valuable or cool or different or fun. And here the grind has been largely just for experience. Maybe for Glint a little bit. I went back to grinding some Pantheon. Looks worse, but better content. Really? I didn't know you were Pantheon person. Yeah, maybe instead of actual items, if you want to keep it true to crafting, being the main people that do stuff, maybe you introduce like all of these things we're killing, they all have items. Like they all have armor, they all have weapons. So you could keep it lore correct, like you could keep it realistic and have them drop pieces. Maybe you don't get a whole sword, but you know, he's got a great sword. So maybe you get to pick up remnants of his great sword. Or a partially broken great sword that you can use in crafting later on. You know, something like that. They all are wearing armor. Maybe you get some cloth scraps off of them, or maybe you get a semi-broken helm that you can repair later. Like there are other ways to introduce drops that are interesting, that keep you going, that don't necessarily take away from wanting the crafters to be the main people. So like there are ways to do that. There are ways to give you dopamine hits, like I got 7 copper loops or something. I don't know. Just something that isn't just glint that falls and then the glint has like, I mean, we kind of get some of that, like we're getting these runes and stuff, the monocles, but they don't directly craft stuff. Like, I don't know. You mix that in and maybe you drop occasional items here and there. Or something that we've always talked about with like raid bosses, if you don't want raid bosses dropping the best gear and you want crafters dropping the best gear, then let raid bosses drop broken versions of their gear that your crafters can research and learn how to craft. And then subsequently, every time you go kill that raid boss, you get components, and the crafters can use the components to build the sword that the raid boss had for you. There's just other ways to do it. Why do they always come after me? It's because I'm lower level. That's why, isn't it? Hollow mark feet. What do you got? You want some of mine? I can trade you. You want some recipes? You want this? Do you got a butcher bear recipe for cooking? What? What happened? Uh-oh. Raider. I think he wants us to leave. Oh, no, you did? How's that happen? You accidentally did. I'm sorry, man. There's still people buying into the scam. Can you explain to me how it was a scam? Actually, I don't think I see you in TikTok anymore, chat. So when you see the Forge Master, everyone, just FYI, that's actually TikTok chat. So it'll come across on the screen visually different on you can see it's got like the TikTok kind of rainbow look. In the actual chat, it's the Forge Master is just echoing whatever their chat was. So if you're curious. Yeah, the Forge Master or Forge Maester is just our bot account. You can trade everything in this game. Pretty much. You can't trade skins. I can show you what it looks like. So when you go to your skins, you can see down at the bottom, indestructible, unsellable, and bound. But those so far I think are largely just skins. I don't know that there's actually anything else. Have you tried Rogue? You mean individually? Because we can't use them together, right? Not yet. I have played both. The Rogue is really well done. The Rogue is probably the best. How did I get the healer instead of the thing that's right in front of me? Is everybody over on TikTok, by the way? Yes, you can chat with everyone in YouTube and in TikTok and in Twitch. I don't know that I would say it's OP necessarily. It just feels, the class feels good. Enough that everyone, I think, would like to see them go back and redo all the other classes. That's true. Yeah, Glint, you're right. Sorry. I was just thinking of items. But yeah, everything else is tradable, which doesn't help RMT, I don't think. What is happening? I'll say the cleric, I think, needs some rework. Cleric has been it can use some reworking. But again, we also don't have like what, I mean, we get level 50, so or we'll have 50 levels, so we're missing half of our skills and everything else. Not that they actually have that all built out. Why did it switch to me? There we go. Uh-oh, you're testing my skills here. You going to go to WoW to check out housing? Yes. For reasons even I don't understand, I have always maintained a WoW account. I've not really played WoW for quite some time, but ooh, a faded Anvil's treasure map. That's nice. But everything that I've seen, from everyone that you know that talks about it, Roar, Jamie, you know, they seem to be having a lot of fun with it. It's almost like WoW has had a resurgence. I know they're very excited about the next expansion. So, I mean, I'll probably give it a go. But like, it's been so long to play it. I actually, it was Friday. I was downloading I was updating WoW and everything, and it's been so long. I pinged, you know, I asked Roar and Jamie, like, what server y'all on? They're like, it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, well, shit, I didn't know that. So that's how long it's been since I've regularly played World of Warcraft. Like, there are servers, but that you can still play with your friends and everything across servers. So. I still love this armor. I mean, that's just some crazy good armor. Almost jumped on yesterday. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I worry about getting back into World of Warcraft too much. I don't want to get back on the crack. It's interesting that they've been able to do so well over time. Like, I mean, I think, you know, I always used to say it was nostalgia that kept it going, but I think there's definitely, like, they've made some more positive changes in the last couple of years that's kept people interested. I don't know why they just suddenly stop with auto attacks. So weird. So weird. Now, they did say they've increased item drops, right? For levels 0 through 9. I'm pretty sure that was mentioned in a patch. But it was like beginner grade stuff. because I've not seen any gear drop at all. Yeah, that's what I was curious about. We've been out here for what, an hour, and I don't think anything's dropped. Do we alpha testers get name reservations or only Kickstarter backers? That's a great. I'd have to go look at packages. It was a part of the Kickstarter package, was name reservations. I don't know if their shop stuff that if their packages have that or not. Like current packages, I'd have to go look. But yeah, Kickstarter does get name reservations. Oh, I'm out of space. Holy sh... I got room. What's hitting me? I have to say name reservations are a big deal. Especially for people who do content creation. Luckily, I've not been popular enough that anyone really cares to take my name, but I know for like Jamie, I know a lot of them. Nice, Gladys, you know, some of these folks have had a absolutely horrible time with people taking their names. Because that's something they've asked for a while. Like, can we get name reservations in now? So what's up, Sean? How can you play this game? Right now, this game is available through the Ashes of Creation website. It is in Alpha 2 Phase 3. However, it does cost $100 to currently get into the game. More than happy to talk about that, because that usually, if you want, because that usually raises questions. Price has steadily come down, though, I will say. It used to be you had to pay, what, $250 to get in? The very early stages? But now it's down to $100. I will say with the $100, you do get game time, because this will be a sub-based game, so I think probably, you know, your normal $15 dollars a month probably is what it will be. They've not really announced it, but it will be a sub-based game, so you do get a month's worth of sub time in that $100, and you get some embers, I think, some other stuff for in-game things. But is it worth $100? I think that depends on what your purposes are. You know, I think if you buy into it right now, because you'll get access to alpha too, you get access to beta as well. So when you look at that, you know, if you spend $100 now, it would probably, at minimum, you're getting a year for that $100. It's a debate whether we actually see a game released in 2026, 2027, 2028. You know, the longer that extends out, the more value you get for your money, because it is now a 24/7 server up. So you're not giving me that map, are you? But even if it's a year, I mean, $100. Do you want a recipe or something? I appreciate it. I love treasure maps. If we can get them to work. That's our second rare treasure map too. We've not had any of the common ones. But what is that? $100 times 12 months. How much is that a month? Like $8, $8.50, something like that. You know, that's. I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, $250. Yeah, and you did get a lot more at $250. That's true. There were a lot of skins and some other stuff that you would get 500. Actually, what was Alpha 1? I mean, $500. Well, no, $500 was the pack that got you. So like, I actually have I'll never have any. I have no subs, so I have I have a lifetime sub. But back to the, is it worth $100? You know, if you keep in mind, you are going to have a very buggy game. That does not have all of its systems built out, that is still very grindy. You will get frustrated by this game from time to time. So if you're someone that gets very easily frustrated, that does not like that sort of experience every once in a while, then I would wait. Probably what I would also say is right now, so they do a live stream every month. Twitch.tv/Ashes of Creation. So go check out their live streams. They're also on YouTube. But they just announced Friday that in November they will be having a content update that is sort of rotating corruption zones, PvP, along with some other stuff. So you might go check that out first before you spend $100 and just see if that's something you would be interested in. That's not to say it's going to necessarily be here on time. Their track record for getting things out on time is not the greatest. But you might look at that first and just see if that's something that interests you enough to spend the $100. For the 250 package, you got 6 months game time. Yeah, I think it more or less paid for itself, didn't it? Yeah, the Embers, which I guess you can count that as free money, although that's still money to Intrepid. Mount skin, 2 other cosmetics. Yeah, some of the early packages were a decent deal. For sure. I am happy to see you TikTok folks joining. All of your messages are being pushed to, oh shit, you're getting killed, dude. What is happening? All your messages do get pushed to Twitch. I need to get them pushed to YouTube as well. I don't have that set up yet though. Need to get there we go. Refreshing follow through. I have to get some shots in so that I can get a little bit of mana regen, because where are you going? Oh, you're just trying to pull them away. Are they? Oh, that raider, what just happened? That looked like a little bit of lag. Maybe. So refreshing follow through will help with regenerating my mana. That is a weapon skill. All right, we're trying to give me these refreshing follow throughs. Yeah, we're gonna have to rest after this. Ashes of Creation, yeah. Oh, we still got an archer. That's wonderful. I think there was a green drop up there somewhere too. Yes, Ashes of Creation. You know, I will say the best thing about Ashes probably is its combat. I think I've said that a lot. I think most people who have played this over time would agree that the combat side is probably the best thing. Won't come out fully to my kids or adults. You want to know how long I've been following this? The sad truth. I don't want to say sad because maybe that's not fair. So for some of us, this is going on year 9. 9 years. Someone showed me a Discord post yesterday, or a couple days ago. Actually, it was Laws. Laws, I think you posted it, right? I don't know if that's a current dev or a former dev, but somebody had made a comment in their Discord chat, which has been deleted at this point, by the way. This was an old post. Thought there was something up there for us to loot, but I don't see anything else. The person basically said the game development of the game started in 2021 is what the post said. So I get some shit when I say that the game's been in development for 9 years. I guess I can kind of see that. The reality is it has, but not in full development, I guess is a better way to look at it. I think the post went on to further say stuff like, I gotta pull that up. Because it also said stuff like everything else were like tech demos and things like that, which is probably not something that Intrepid would want said publicly, but was. Yeah, it'll have a beta. We don't know exactly when. My money is actually that we have a beta though, starting in 2026, towards the end. That is not a popular opinion, by the way, because people disagree with that. We'll see if I'm an idiot or not later on. But I don't think you want your staff saying that everything prior to 2021 were just demos and things like that, because then that begs the question of everything you did from 2017 to 21 and all the marketing and the things you said publicly, like... Oh no, I got in very early. So I got in Kickstarter, basically. So I've paid more than that. Holy shit. Somebody in chat just linked a whole set of items. Heavy armor. That looks really nice. I'm also in PI, so I'm a Phoenix Initiative, which should give you a little bit of an idea of what I've invested into this game. For better or worse. Did WoW start? I was back EverQuest. EverQuest would have been my first, so probably 99 to 2001-ish. No, wait. Time's off. 99 to 2004. So I jumped from EverQuest to EverQuest 2. And I think on vanilla release, EverQuest 2 was a far superior game to than WoW. To have another unpopular opinion, but then switched over to WoW because everyone I played with started playing WoW. Oh. Is this in a playable state? I mean, we're playing it, right? I guess that. What would you like to see? When you say playable, like, what are the things that? I mean, don't get me wrong. This is far from a complete game. I guess what do you like? What do you like to do? Would be my first question. Whether you would consider it playable or not. I can log in. I can die. I can. Oh shit. You can craft. You can sell stuff, trade. I don't know. Did I try Project Epic? No, I did not. Is that current or is that old? But then I spent a lot of time in WoW. WoW became my jam for quite a bit. But I quit doing. I quit WoW probably around. Mists of Pandaria. That's probably when I hung up WoW. And I've kind of gone to back and forth every once in a while, but for the most part, I've stayed away from WoW. But I'll probably give it a go again. Leveled. All right, where are we going to spend our skill point on is the question. A healer archer. So the unique thing about this game is you actually can any class can use any weapon. So Laws, I'm going to go back here real quick and explain this real fast. So any class can use any weapon. So yes, I am a cleric that is using a bow. Now I can maybe this will freak you out too. My second weapon I can switch to is actually a greatsword. But I mean, I have on me, longsword, daggers, wand, spellbook. I can use any of those. And theoretically over time, so each weapon has its own skill tree. So you can see here, we go to short bow. And like I have a bleed, I have, this actually gives me more mana. There are different ways to train all of this. And you do want to theoretically try to like match up your weapon to your skill types. So clerics, for example, targets, so smite, if the target is burning, it becomes conflagrating. So if you have a weapon, like I think the wand, maybe one of these does a burn. So you can combine your weapon with your actual class skills to try to make things work a little bit better together. But there's a lot of different ways to sort of combine and do things differently. But yeah, so I like the short bow. It works well for my purposes. Our tank here is also using a bow as well. Are we going somewhere? We got to go sell stuff, or are your bags full? Like, what are we doing? Okay. We can run, sell stuff. Now there's still a lot of work that has to go into a lot of this. So, but the idea is you can use any weapon, so that just opens up a lot of opportunity to try and do unique combinations and play the way you want to play. So. Resources being somewhat abundant, so you can craft gear to actually get started. Yeah, the whole crafting loop, item drop loop, economy loop is one that's highly discussed right now. I don't think very many people are happy with it. But it's hard. I mean, I don't know how you balance this stuff when you have so many systems that are incomplete or not in yet. So what do you think of monster tokens? Feels like something they might add with an expand. I expect monster tokens to be in play on release, actually. They already have the tools. Steven does it all the time. Actually back in phase two. One of our streams, Steven came on early in the morning and spawned an event, and he actually killed me as a what was he? Wasn't a scorpion. He's a beetle. So they already have the tools, and there was a live stream that I participated in as well, the one that had Thor pirate software, where we fought the ancient ones, and Steven was in that as well. Like, he was controlling the ancient one. So so I think monster coins will be in from the start. Rangers only have abilities for ranged weapons, fighters. Yeah, so I mean, and that's, yeah, so like there are logical ways. You're right, NPC. Like, I should logically probably be using a wand or something like that, but I don't care. Really want play this, has been following it since it was mentioned. We've done a lot of key giveaways over time. I haven't for quite some time, but oh, look at all this rock. Can I don't know that I have a lot of space though. Oh wait, I can't. It's not letting me. Yeah, that one I don't have enough. There we go. I might start doing it again, but we only do key giveaways on Twitch though. Wanted to play this game for 2 years. Still there. I know $100 is a lot though. I know a lot of people act like it's, so whatever, but that's understandably a lot of money. Shit, I'm out of space. Yeah, I have to go sell stuff. That's just a common. You know what? We're gonna get rid of the hemlock and the lark, because it's gonna be not too hard to get that stuff back. So. All right. Yeah, I can't do slate. Yeah, I need to go get a bag. I can't wait for this game to release in 20 years. 20 years? Come on now. Oh, I didn't realize you had taken off. It's not going to be 20 years. Might be 2. Enjoy crafting, just hit level 10, have full. You already have full heroic legendary gear? And I mean, initiate, but still, that's crazy. Have you just been grinding? Or getting lucky with drops maybe, or? Have to milk the money out of 4 more alphas. Yeah, once we get to alpha 15, we'll be good. All right, I'm going to put you on, once we get down here, I'm going to just put you on follow and try to catch up on chat. Do a key giveaway? Not today. We will, I'll tell you what, we'll do one next weekend. But again, it's the way things are set up, what I use to do that, it is on Twitch. Where are we at? What are we doing? Are we fighting? Oh, what happened to the light? Yeah, you can auto follow now. Been waiting since Kickstarter. About the first alpha since then I gave up. It's been a long road, man. Sometimes the best thing to do is just wait. You know? Follow's been in for a little while. Is it best to specialize or do you need to level in it? Well, you'll have to specialize. So as you work your way up, through like initiate and journeyman, and eventually when you get to be like the master crafter, you can only have 2, I think it is, specialties in the artisan realm that you can, holy shit, where are we at? What is all this stuff? So you do have to eventually specialize. And that is where the game gets... we got a rock elemental behind us that appears to be killing either our mounts or people. I'm not sure which. I'm going to despawn my mount so it doesn't kill it. But you do have to eventually specialize in the artisan ship stuff, which includes gathering, processing, and crafting. Is Summoner out yet? No. Summoner will be out, we don't know when. Hopefully November, but we do not know for sure. But yeah, Crypto, you really do have to rely on other people to complete crafting gear and items and things like that. Like if you want to be a master crafter, you're probably not going to be the person that goes out and gathers or processes the processes. Anyways, my dad has a key. He was telling me that the markets are flooded, so crafting isn't worth it. I don't know. Actually, I've not. So one, I'm on EU instead of NA and a server, and 2. NA markets tend to be a lot different than, EU markets tend to be a lot different than the NA markets, which is part of why I'm playing on EU, because it tends to be better. I enjoy it more. Maybe it's not real, but I feel like there's less things like RMT and stuff. Why is dude hitting me? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat and not let laws die. I know it's alpha, but I've not seen anything yet that makes me think, wow, this will be big. I mean, my personal opinion is it is a very niche game. It doesn't mean it's a bad game. I think that the audience is probably not going to be super huge the way things currently are and the way things are planned to be. Is my opinion. So doesn't mean it's going to be a bad game, but it's definitely, I think, going to be niche as it is. You know, they do this whole PVX marketing, right? And right, I'm gonna are we gonna do? I think we have to spawn our mounts first, right? Before I can follow you. So they do this whole PVX marketing, and I think it's to try and get, and obviously they want to try to blend. All right, I'm on follow now. They want to try and blend the PvP crowd with the PvE crowd. And I don't think they are going to be able to do that reasonably with how things are. I think it'll be challenging. Ooh, here's the question. Do you still follow in water and stuff? Oh, it did. Nice. So I don't know. I still, you know, you never know what will happen. Will it be a big thing? As it is right now, I don't think so. But you never know. What can I actively do to help level up a node? Yeah, so anything you do to get experience levels up your nodes. So anything crafting, combat, anything that gains you experience gains you. So you can see here, this is 82%. So this is still wilderness. That's the very basic stage. This is crossroads, so that's gone up. And when you look at some of the others, like if I go down here to the more traditional, like here's Mirror Left, it's already an encampment. Winstead, already an encampment. So anything you do will add to experience and increase the level of your node, just passively through gameplay. Now there are crafting things you can do and stuff. You can go at commission boards and mayoral commissions and things to help build the node. But by actively playing, actually, if you look down, you can't see it because my face covers chat. But like every time we get experience, it's also showing me that I've added experience to the node and which node it is. So the leveling up of the node is largely just experience gain. And then once you get mayors and they start putting out projects, that's when you can start contributing actual items or crates and things like that. So definitely a niche like EVE Online just isn't for everyone. Yeah. Interestingly, it gets compared a lot to EVE Online, you know, even though they're different genres, and I think that's an accurate comparison. If I wanted to play as a quiet solo mercenary who was a lone wolf with lots of aura, is this possible? Yeah, you can certainly solo. I've soloed a lot of my stream time. A lot of my stream time has been solo. Now, you can expect that soloing is going to take you a long time. Definitely with this much of a grind, being in a group will get you leveling up faster, but you can solo if you want. And you can be a mercenary. People can hire you to do stuff. Eventually they're going to have, so when you kill someone, so PvP can happen anywhere. And if you kill someone that is not flagged for PvP, that does not fight back, then you get corruption. And if you're corrupt, people will see you on a map as red and they have a chance to kill you and some other stuff. So there will also eventually be a bounty hunter system where you could be a solo bounty hunter that goes after corrupt people if you want. Are there auction houses? Not yet. Well, no, there are. Sorry, I'm thinking auction house in a different setting. You can set up, you can sell items. We'll call it an auction house. You can sell items to other players. Everything is large. Everything but glint and cosmetics is tradable. Yes. Fishing at Winstead saw the EXP gain. Yeah. So literally anything you do for EXP. What's up, Skinny Bruce? Been seeing you for a bit. Largely because I haven't been streaming for a bit. Hope you've been doing well. Fishing yesterday, someone tried to hire me as an oil maker for them, said he would pay well. Yeah, I mean, that's ideally where things will start to interact in a better way. Oh, gotta turn on my UI. All right, we're gonna sell all of our glint and stuff. So you can also use glint for caravans and stuff. I have no interest in doing that. So I'm just gonna sell mine for money. And then I just realized, so we have a faded treasure map and a faded anvils treasure map. Do they got a dual wield class? No, not really. The rogue does have dual wield daggers, but you can't like swap them out. It's one item. You're doing P3. Oh, that's good. I need a bag. Where can I? Or are these just all going to be mining satchel? I mean, I just want some extra bags. We'll do that because actually usually I'll roll with a mining satchel and then also woodworking. So we just got to expand out our inventory a little bit. It'll be good stuff. Granite. We had to do something with granite, didn't we? What is the... Craft a granite weapon mold at any stoneworking station. So these are your crafting stations. So here, so I have to make a granite mold. Granite weapon mold. I need, what do I need? Granite, which we have. Eastern hemlock timber, which I deleted, so I'll have to go get that again. And then the binding resin, which we get from NPCs. So this is all of your crafting stations right here. Where am I? Good. Oh, you can't really see them on this map, but is there storage here, Laws? I don't think so, is there? There's storage, please. Please be storage. I don't think there is. You also have crafting boards or commission boards. So, oh, that's right. Wood processing is on the other side of the mountain. That was something people were really, really complaining about. The fact that you have to run so far in the anvils that crafting is not at all sort of ideal. What time is it? Oh shit, it's 9:30. All right, we only got about 20-ish more minutes, I think. Waiting for orders. So this commission board is not working. Refreshes in minus 110 days. Good. Well, I wish I had a storage person here. It's kind of weird to have all your crafting stuff here and not be able to store stuff as well. So, all right. So I can't buy the woodworking bag either because it is... no, we don't need to go. I mean, I only got another 20 minutes. If I just buy another mining satchel, I mean, that's 2 extra bags. So that's perfectly fine. That'll be more than enough space for our time here. Chainmail pauldron. Can't learn that yet. Where's leather working? Is that do we have that here? Leather working is also on the other side of the mountain. There's a leather crafter right there. Master and a hide works. What do you do? So we have to do tanning here. So is that right? You have to do tanning here. Where's leather? Well, did this game get better? It got better. I wouldn't say it got like tremendously better. Most, I think, of what they have added are things that you probably don't see up on the player facing side necessarily. So like networking and stuff like that. So oh, look at that is nice. Look at that, man. That. All right, brother. Where are we going? Got just a little bit more time, so. Oh, those clouds look weird. All of that looks weird. What's going on with the visuals, man? This looks like I'm in a Bob Ross painting again. You know, there are times where visuals look super, super nice, and then there are times where it just sort of looks like this. And I don't know what to think of it. Uh-oh, we got an argument in chat. Somebody's going to report someone else for griefing. And then someone asks, how do you even grief? That's super easy in this game. Yeah, are you following in the chat too? Yeah. How do you even grief? Like it's hard. While you reading the juice while you fish. That's. Where are you fishing? But yeah, we'll be heading off here a little bit. I got to go back outside and do a lot more yard work like I did yesterday. So go exhaust myself. Now for the US, it's actually a holiday tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll stream in the morning. I normally wouldn't on a Monday, but might. Oh yeah. Up by the cookhouse. I've spent a fair amount of time there. Like we got somebody helping. I don't know if they're helping. Oh, 2-star level 5s. Okay. Let's see if we get experience for this. The AFK of the fishing is super nice. How fishing should be. Yeah, until someone kills you. That's the hard part about AFK. Anything in Ashes is eventually you'll probably run into somebody that likes to grief and come back and you're dead. I'm not seeing that side of the game yet. Well, hopefully. Well, right now also, they, you know, as they put it, corruption is overtuned. So that the likelihood of that happening is probably low, but still possible. Still possible. Yeah, early days, so nobody's geared for griefing properly. Yeah, nobody has any gear. How's it going? Is it Mahmood? Did I get that right? He's playing some Ashes of Creation. Grinding it out. Plus there are like 50 people here fishing. That's true. The moment somebody turns corrupt, everyone's gonna kill them. So how much will you have to pay to play this game right now? It is $100 currently. Yeah, so I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's gradually come down. You know, it's not the 250 it used to be. So that was like what, 120, 110. I think and it's 100 now. I mean, I think it's worth it if it's your thing. Definitely advise everyone to go read about it, watch videos, make sure it's what they want. Cindermurk the Slagburn. Oh my. A 2-star named. All right. Do you get anything from this named? Oh, I got something behind me. It's luckily not like a hugely dangerous thing, but hell, I wasn't even in the circle. Damn it, I walked right into something else that just stunned me. Something's stunning me. Dude, why are you not in combat? What the so there's, I don't know what it is, but I get auto attack just like stops sometimes. It drives me nuts. That's Ashes of Creation. All right, take a little break. Some friends that play told me about, yeah, the combat is the best part of the game by far. Like, not even like no comparison to everything else. Combat is the best part of this game. Everything else, yeah, it is what it is. Did that thing not drop anything? Are you a hunter or a healer? Cleric. Cleric using a bow. Can also use my greatsword. Oh, nice. You got a recipe? That's good. So you can, any class can use any weapon. So you're not locked in. You're not locked into like a specific type of weapon. There are weapons that probably make more sense for certain classes, but you can pick whatever you want. What the hell are they yelling at in chat now? Golden Coin Clan, can someone contact with me, please? I'm here just shouting. No, it is not $500 to play. It is $100, but it's come down. Why are you healing me and not him? Yeah, the days of $500 are long gone at this point. 500, 250, 120, 110, now we're at 100. What's different about this than WoW and others? Oh my God, how do you even begin to answer that question? WoW is a game. The main differences, let's just say that, well, let's just say that Ashes is going to happen as it has been discussed and designed without modification or change. The biggest differences are going to be the PvP nature of Ashes of Creation. So they say it's a PvX game. I think that just basically means it's a fancy PvP game. The PvP can happen at any time, anywhere, pretty much. Laws, we probably need to start heading towards the out. Oh, there it is. Yeah. That's probably the biggest thing. There's this what's called node systems. So players can change the world through the nodes. Now they're called settlements. That system has, I think, is undergoing active change. Once we get out of here, well, I can just show you. So like, we're in this node right now. So this node will eventually be run by a mayor. And that mayor will get to pick, through the help of its citizens, what different kinds of buildings and stuff that it can build. It's more complex than their world. But yeah, I mean, there's some similarities there for sure. Yeah. Oh, we got somebody flagged for PvP. Or not. That was weird. Did they keep coming in and out? All right, guys. What's up, Neth? You came right when we're about to be done. I got to head outside. The other differences, you know, economy-wise, crafting-wise, like it's very much player. You have to rely on other players to get stuff done. soloing is possible, but you're not going to get very far without the help. So, happens a lot. Yeah. I got to get outside. I got a lot of the yard work continued working on that I started yesterday. How's the game feeling? And for phase 3, similar to 2.5 and 2. You know, the cleric's not changed at all. So we did get skins or some skins. So that's where I love this skin. This is my favorite. It's stable. I will say for the most part, servers have been very stable, which is nice. You still have some server work issues. Now, I think they have dynamic gridding turned on. I'm not entirely sure. I know it was turned off to start. Steven, I guess Friday said they have it on again. I've not noticed any differences, which I guess is probably what you want. There's, you know, everything else feels the same. Combat, crafting, quests. All of it feels basically the same. Well, so I will say dynamic gridding also, I guess, has to be manually turned on. But they don't have a system yet where they can just let it run. So I don't know if it's still on or not, to be honest. Hey, Laws, I appreciate your time. Hanging out. But yeah, guys, we are going to probably end it here. It's been about 3 years. 3 hours. I got to get outside, do some yard work before it's like 90, 100 degrees outside. Who do we, Twitch people, who do we want to raid? It's actually been a minute since Triple. So I'm going to have us raid Triple Killer. So I'm going to set that up. And everyone on YouTube, everyone over on TikTok, appreciate you as well. I don't think I can send you all to a raid anywhere. Yeah, Sticky, thanks for hanging out. Again, Laws, thanks for the playtime. Tomorrow's holiday for us, so I might try to get on in the morning. We'll see. Might be a little bit of a Monday stream. So Monday morning at least. I live on a lot of land, so when I say yard work, like there's a lot of yard work. So got a lot of shit to do, fortunately. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. Everyone have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you around. I'm sending you to Triple right now. Peace. YouTube folks, appreciate you. See y'all around. TikTokers, appreciate you as well.